Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about prompt engineering. What is it? And hopefully I'll be able to give you some ideas on how to get better answers out of ChatGPT. So what is prompt engineering? The idea is to create certain prompts to ChatGPT that will give you a better answer back than just some simple questions or some of those types of things. So the idea here is I'm going to walk through some of the basics in case you kind of hear people talking about different types of prompts. So the first one that most people I feel like lean into is what's called a zero shot prompt. The idea here is I ask ChatGPT a question, I don't really give it any context, and it's able to come up with an answer based off of its general knowledge. So I'm not describing here what a color is or what the sun is. I'm just saying, hey, what color is the sun? And it'll give back an answer of, hey, the sun appears to be yellow or white. So the idea here is ChatGPT was able to use its general knowledge to figure out what type of question or answer I wanted out of it. So how do we kind of improve upon this? So the next one is called a few shot. So the idea is we give it a question, we give it a couple sets of questions and answers to help guide the model into an answer we want. So an example of the zero shot here again is roller coasters are the best. And ultimately we wanted to know, is this a positive statement? Is this a negative statement? Or is this a neutral statement? But we didn't really guide the AI model into any direction. So it just says, hey, I'm an AI model. I don't care about roller coasters, but some people find them entertaining. So to improve upon that answer, we'll do what's called a few shot. We say, hey, the movie was great. That's a positive statement. The ice cream store was horrible. That's a negative statement. The, those are cows. That's a neutral statement. Roller coasters are the best. And here we can see, boom, it says that that's a positive statement. So we were able to kind of help guide the AI model down the path we wanted to get an answer from. The third one is what's called a chain of thought. And the idea here is we give it a set of questions and answers and help walk it through the thought process. So here we can see the odd numbers in this group add up to, well, here, we'll actually do this first. We'll just ask the question. The odd numbers in this group add up to an even number. So do all the odd numbers in that add up to an even number? And it's interesting here because it says this is a true statement. It's saying the odd numbers in this group add up to an even number. And it shows us which it's interesting that it says that that's true because it's showing us the math. Those are all the odd numbers and it adds up to an odd number. So really that's a false statement that they all add up to an even number. However, it's kind of trying to justify it by saying that is an odd number, and the statement says the odd numbers add up to an even. So what's going on? The trick here is to notice that there are two even numbers. So it's kind of trying to guess as far as, are we trying to trick it? What's going on? However, if we were to give it an example first, so walk it through the thought process, it's able to do a much better job. The odd numbers in this group add up to an even number. Adding all the odd numbers, we give it the example of the odd numbers, gives 25. The answer is false. So here we can see, oh, okay, it gave us a better answer. It's saying that by adding up all those, it gets 41, which is an odd number, and it returns false. So there we go. We're kind of able to help walk it through the thought process of how we got to the answer of false. And then it's able to take that information and kind of correlate its own answer. And the last little concept that we can use to get to get better messages or responses out of ChatGPT is to kind of create a conversation. So up here, we're kind of giving it the instruction of this is going to be a conversation between a happy, helpful AI agent and a customer. Here's what a customer question might look like. Here's how the agent might answer it. And then here's where we would type in the customer question. Can you help me with refunding my TV? And then we kind of describe, hey, respond to the customer with a yes and. And it kind of takes the liberty with the yes and it just says, yeah, I'd be happy to help assist you with refunding the TV. So here we can kind of have a help create a conversation between ChatGPT, give it some context and how to kind of answer us, and the answers we get back. So a couple tips and tricks. If we go back to the sun color. This is a pretty lengthy answer. So what we could do is say, can you make that shorter? And here we can see that it shortens it up. And then we could actually go, can you make that more technical? And there it kind of deep dives into the technicalities of the sun and the electromagnetic radiation. Or we could say, describe this to me like I'm 5. And there it'll help kind of dumb down the answer and make it a little more user friendly. So you're able to ask it the question, it'll give an answer, and then you're able to kind of interact with ChatGPT to, refine the answer to something that is more of your favor. And the last one that I want people to be aware of is that you can tell it to say, hey, say I don't know if you don't know. And a good example of this might be if I create a new chat here and say, what famous movie actor said green is the new green? And say I don't know if you don't know. And here it'll say, hey, sorry, but I'm not aware of a famous movie actor. Where in where in theory it could have come up with what's called a hallucination. It could have just generalized and said, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make up a movie actor, or I'm gonna, or maybe it came up with it was this actor that said green is, and then, kind of described that. So this kind of gives you a way to prevent some of that fake data from being created. And that's prompt engineering for today. Thanks, everyone.